Stand for 911. Where's your emergency?
Oh, this is Sandy. 231 Rock River Road.
What's the
Send
problem?
the police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up with a gun. With a gun. Hurry
Who
up.
has a gun?
Please hurry up. He's killing my girlfriend.
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend.
Who's killing your friend?
My chimpanzee.
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
Yes. He ripped her apart. Hurry up.
With a gun.
Hurry up, please.
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please. You shoot him.
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey's...
He ripped her face off.
He ripped her face off?
He's trying to attack me. Please,
Okay,
hurry.
I need you to calm down a little bit. They're on the way.
In 1995, in the quiet town of Stamford, Connecticut, Sandra and Jerome Herold made a decision that would change their lives forever. They bought a 3-day-old chimpanzee from an exotic animal farm in Missouri, Travis. Sandra had never been able to have children. This absence had gnawed at her for years. When Travis arrived, Sandra welcomed him like a real baby. She fed him with a milk bottle, changed his diapers, and sang lullabies at night. Jerome supported this bond as well. They both believed Travis wasn't just an animal, he was a family member. Travis quickly developed extraordinary abilities. At just 6 months old, he learned to use the toilet. By the time he was 1, he could use a fork and knife. By age 2, he knew how to use the TV remote, computer mouse, even door handles. Sandra dressed him in little t-shirts, pants, and sneakers. He wandered around the house as if he were a person. This didn't disturb the couple because they had always wanted a baby, so they were happy about it. By the early 2000s, Travis had become the mascot of Stamford. Sandra would put him in the car and drive through town. Travis sat in the driver's seat and pretended to steer. They visited the local ice cream shop. Travis ordered and handed over the money. People watched in disbelief. He acted just like a human. Travis appeared in TV commercials. He was featured in Old Navy and Coca-Cola ads. He was a guest on the Maury Povich Show. Local newspapers named him the most beloved resident of the town. But success came with a price. Sandra had begun to see Travis not as an animal, but as a real son. They gave him his own room with a human bed, TV, computer, and toys. Every night Sandra read him bedtime stories. Neighbors were becoming worried. In 2002, the first complaints came in. This isn't normal. That thing is getting bigger. It must be 70 kilos now. One day, it's going to hurt someone. But according to authorities, Sandra had the necessary permits and no problems had ever occurred. But the fact that it hadn't caused problems yet didn't mean it never would, right? In 2003, everything changed. Jerome Herold died from cancer. Sandra was devastated, and so was Travis. For days, he sat in Jerome's room and cried like a human. Sandra and Travis clung to each other. Sandra even began sleeping in Travis's room. Travis refused to be separated from her. Psychologists call this pathological dependence. Travis now saw Sandra as a romantic partner. Sandra, on the other hand, accepted Travis as someone who filled the void left by her deceased husband. This unhealthy relationship would bring disaster. In 2005, Travis escaped. He wandered through the town for hours, obeyed traffic lights, interacted with people. When the police found him, he behaved aggressively, but calmed down instantly when Sandra arrived. The animal control reports said potential danger, but no one took it seriously. This lack of seriousness would lead to catastrophe, though they had no idea. Travis's behavior grew increasingly strange. He couldn't sleep at night and stared at himself in the mirror for hours. Sandra began giving him sleeping pills, then antidepressants. Then Xanax. Yes, a human anti-anxiety medication. Completely illegal and extremely dangerous. Travis's diet also deteriorated. He ate only meat and sweets. He had reached 90 kilos. Wild chimpanzees usually weigh 50, 60. Doctors warned them. But Sandra could never say no to Travis. In 2007, a second serious incident occurred. A plumber came, and Travis attacked the man's car. He tore off the side mirrors, scratched the doors with his claws, and cracked the windshield. Sandra paid for all the damage, and the incident was never officially recorded. But rumors began to spread. Sandra's chimp is dangerous. One day, it will kill someone. That morning, Travis woke up strangely. He didn't eat his breakfast. He just stared out the window. Sandra gave him Xanax. Travis drank it in his tea, but instead of calming him, the drug made him more agitated. Xanax can cause paradoxical agitation in chimpanzees. Paradoxical agitation is when a person or animal has the opposite reaction to a sedative, becoming more restless, aggressive, or uncontrollable. That afternoon, Sandra invited her close friend, Charla Nash, over for dinner. Charla was 55 and had been Sandra's friend for 10 years. She knew Travis, and Travis knew her. Or so Sandra thought. At 3:30 p.m., Charla's blue car pulled up in front of Sandra's home. Charla stepped out holding a gift for Travis, a Tickle Me Elmo toy. "Hey, Travis," she called out, smiling. "I brought you something." Travis stood in the yard, staring at her, motionless. Silent. Charla smiled and took a few steps forward. Then Travis moved. Chimpanzees are incredibly fast. Travis reached Charla in 2 seconds and knocked her to the ground. Sandra was inside the house and ran out when she heard the scream. What she saw would haunt her forever. Travis was on top of Charla. His hands were moving fast and violently as he attacked Charla's face. Charla screamed so loudly that the neighbors would never forget that sound. Sandra shouted and ran toward Travis. "Stop. Travis, stop." But Travis didn't even hear her. She tried pulling him back, but Travis weighed 90 kilos, and chimpanzees are 5 times stronger than humans. That meant Travis had the strength of a 450-kilo man. Sandra ran to the garage and grabbed a shovel. She struck Travis on the head, once, twice, 3 times. The metal clanged loudly, but Travis didn't react. Charla's screams had stopped. Now there were only strange throat sounds, breathing sounds, choking sounds. Sandra ran to the kitchen and grabbed a large butcher knife. She hesitated. Travis was her baby. But she stabbed the knife into Travis's back. Once, twice. Blood spurted. But Travis didn't stop. Sandra ran to the phone and dialed 911. It was 3:40 p.m.
Stand for 911. Where's your emergency?
Oh, this is Sandy. 231 Rockrimmon Road.
What's the
Send
problem?
the police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up with a gun. With a gun. Hurry
Who
up.
has a gun?
Please hurry up. He's killing my girlfriend.
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend.
Who's killing your friend?
My chimpanzee.
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
Yes. He ripped her apart. Hurry up.
With a gun.
Hurry up, please.
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please, you shoot him!
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey's...
He ripped her face off!
He ripped her face off?
He's trying to attack me! Please,
Okay,
hurry!
I need you to calm down a little bit. They're on the way. Can you put yourself away? I don't want the monkey attacking you.
Please, hurry up! Listen to me!
They're on the way, ma'am.
Guns! They gotta shoot him, please! Please, hurry!
You're there with your friend. I need you to help your friend. Can you go help your friend?
I can't! He tried to attack me now!
Is he still there with your friend?
Yes,
Okay, so then back off. Then don't get any closer, okay? They're already on the way.
please.
If the monkey moves away from your friend, let me know, okay? So we can try to help your friend.
No, I can't. She's dead. She's dead.
Why are you saying that she's dead?
She's dead. He ripped her apart.
He ripped what apart? Her face?
The first police car arrived at 3:49 p.m. 9 minutes had passed. But for Charla, those 9 minutes felt like a lifetime. Officer Frank Chiafari, a 23-year veteran, froze at the sight. In the yard, on the grass, a woman was lying down. But calling it a woman wasn't accurate because nothing recognizable was left. The thing that once was her face wasn't recognizable. And next to her stood Travis. Travis looked at the officer. The officer would never forget that look. They were human eyes, not an animal. And in those eyes, there was anger, pain, confusion, he reported later. Travis stepped away from Charla and began walking toward the officer, slowly, deliberately. Chiafari retreated to his car and locked the door. He looked at the officer one last time, a look of betrayal, and walked towards Sandra's house. Travis entered through the front door. Leaving a trail of blood, he climbed the stairs and went into his room. He lay on his bed. Police found him 10 minutes later. He was still breathing, but weak. He turned his eyes toward the officers. This time, there was no anger, only exhaustion. At 4:17 p.m., Travis took his last breath. He was 14 years old. The autopsy revealed 4 gunshot wounds. The cause of death was blood loss. His brain showed abnormalities, signs of chronic stress, inflammations possibly caused by Lyme disease, and degeneration from living an unnatural human-like lifestyle. When the ambulance arrived, Charla Nash was in extremely critical condition. Her pulse and breathing couldn't be detected at first, but the medical team refused to give up. After continuous effort, her vital signs gradually returned. When she reached the hospital, the doctors were stunned by the severity of her injuries. "I've worked for 30 years, and I've never seen a case like this," one doctor said. Another struggled to hold back tears. Charla had sustained extensive trauma and required immediate, complex medical care. The facial area had suffered major damage. Her nose, lips, and a large portion of her jaw were severely affected. Both of her eyes had lost all function. Her hands had irreversible injuries. There were significant fractures in her skull. Her brain was swollen and needed careful monitoring. The first surgery lasted 7 hours. Over the next 3 months, she underwent 6 more major operations. By May 2009, her consciousness began to return. When she woke up, her first question was, "Where is Travis?" She was gently informed that Travis was no longer present. Charla's reaction surprised everyone. Poor Travis. I loved him so much. As she slowly began to understand the extent of her condition, she asked, "Where is my face? Why can't I see? Where are my hands?" Coming to terms with these realities, she experienced hours of emotional distress. Doctors and caregivers continued to support her intensively, both physically and psychologically, throughout her long recovery. Charla Nash filed a lawsuit. Sandra's lawyers offered a shocking defense. Travis had not recognized Charla because of her new hairstyle and thought she was a stranger. This claim was ridiculed. Experts explained the real reason. Travis saw Sandra as a mate. Charla's arrival posed a threat. Wild chimpanzees, when attacking rival females, specifically target the face to make them unrecognizable. Travis did exactly that. Sandra Herold never recovered. The media demonized her. She fell into depression. She spent hours sitting in Travis's room, staring at his toys. In an interview, she said, "Travis was my son. I raised him for 14 years. I don't know what happened that day. Maybe you really can't raise a chimpanzee as a human." On May 24th, 2010, Sandra Herold died. The cause was a ruptured aneurysm. Aneurysm rupture occurs when a balloon-like weakened area of a blood vessel tears open. In 2011, Charla Nash underwent a full-face transplant in Boston. The surgery lasted 20 hours. The donor's face was successfully transplanted, but her vision would never return. In 2013, she underwent a hand transplant, but her body rejected the hands, and they had to be removed. Charla still lives without hands. In 2014, she appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. "I'm still alive," she said. "That's what matters. Travis couldn't kill me. I won." Today, Charla lives in a private care facility in Connecticut. She needs 18 hours of care every day. But she's alive and fighting. "Sometimes I miss Travis," she said in an interview. The Travis from before that day. That gentle, loving chimpanzee. But the thing that came that day, that was a monster. Travis's story changed the world. Dozens of states banned exotic animals as pets. Connecticut passed the Travis Law. Chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans can no longer be kept in private homes. But the debate isn't over. Thousands of exotic animals are still kept as pets. People still believe they can domesticate wild animals. Primatology experts warn you can never fully tame a wild animal. It may behave gently for years. But inside, that wild nature is always there. And one day, a sound, a smell, a movement can awaken it. And when it wakes, you have no control. Travis's story is a warning. We cannot defy nature. Forcing a creature to be something it is not can turn it into a monster. And when that monster emerges, the cost is horrific. On February 16th, 2009, Travis became what he truly was, a wild animal. And the consequences, for all of us, are unforgettable. Charla Nash is still alive today. But Travis's ghost is still there, as if waiting in the dark.